Thank you, Mark, and hello from London. So, with all that has been going on, what can I add from a technical analysis point of view? The first thing to mention is not to look out for many weekly key reversals, at least not just yet. Now, this may seem obvious, but there are two important and separate reasons behind this. Firstly, there's the obvious reason. Some of these markets have had already suitable weekly and monthly key reversals. There was a heavy loading of monthly key reversals at the end of February, as well as the previous weekend for weekly key reversals. Now, not all of them were successful. However, from an overall technical analysis point of view, some of the moves we've seen since have started happening back there and then. Now, this leads to my second reason why we have only a few weekly key reversals made last week and maybe going on into the future. It is a related one to the first reason. We have seen some heavy moves this past week, and mainly in one direction. In the case of LME 3-month nickel, it was so much in one direction that the market has been suspended at least until Friday. Thus, the opportunity for a weekly key reversal to occur and be noted has not been able to appear, and thus we would need to look at other more robust indications for a direction. All this action, especially in LME 3-month nickel, has left me wondering if this will be the only market we see such extraordinary behavior in the coming days and weeks. Anyway, back to the markets in hand. And last week we had weekly key reversals up in just two markets. In New York sugar futures, we had a weekly key reversal up. What was unusual about this pattern is how it became an immediate countering weekly key reversal up. Or to expand on that phrase, last week's weekly key reversal up was a complete about turn on the weekly key reversal down made just 2 weeks beforehand. Personally, if you were going to cancel out a weekly key reversal down, then that is the way you should do it. Since then, we've seen a small attempt higher, but prices have more or less maintained the level seen on Friday last week, making this pattern has seemingly solidified moves above all the moving averages, especially the medium moving average, currently at 1896, which along with the February 2021 high 1894, has formed at the very least a temporary base of support for any potential move higher. This action has also changed the status of one of the three operational patterns seen in New York sugar, from being a downward sloping, bearish, head and shoulders top, into a bullish head and shoulders continuation pattern. The other two patterns are a slightly higher pointing triple top and the more acutely higher pointing complex head and shoulders top. Now, these patterns are still there, with the neckline of the complex triple top acting as a cap attempting on any moves attempting higher during this week, as it has a neckline that's running today through at 1973. All in all, this is a very interesting, if complex, series of patterns and actions here. The other weekly key reversal is in a more obtuse market, in a currency market, in euro against the Romanian lei. Here, the changes have been more subtle, with this past week's weekly key reversal up coming somewhat out of the blue, but with an interesting consequence. You see, it led to February being an outside month pattern, which is the lesser cousin to a monthly key reversal. It also was, almost, the first week that prices had spent a considerable amount of time and closes up over all of the moving averages, especially the medium moving average, currently at 494.51. The first time it has done so since late December last year. There's been no immediate follow-on higher. However, the market is still just about maintaining itself up over the medium moving average. I'd also add that there was no such weekly key reversal up over the euro Polish zloty, which would have been reasonable to expect in the circumstances. It is nevertheless, I suggest, one to watch, if possible. I'm always happy to answer any direct questions with anyone who's interested, and with that I'll finish this section from London, and I hope that you found these comments useful.